Before 2024, the Igbo tribe of Nigeria was listed as one of the most richest tribes in Africa. However, after 2023 December and the roundup of annual calculation of 2023 revenue, the Igbo tribe is currently listed as the richest tribe in not only Nigeria but in Africa. Before I go into this video, I would like to make a disclaimer. This video is not discrediting any tribe in Africa or in Nigeria. Please, I'm making this video based on everything you find on Google. We are going to be looking at so many things in this video. We are going to be looking at how the Igbo tribe of Nigeria managed to get themselves to this point. We are also going to look at some events or incidents that took place that shaped the Igbo people to who they are today. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share this video with your friends and family, and comment below what your thought is. Please be respectful with your comments. Do not be hateful. The Igbo tribe of Nigeria can be found in the eastern part of Nigeria. According to history, it took the white man 33 years plus to capture the Igbo tribe because they resisted the colonial masters who came to colonize the Igbo tribe or Igbo part of Nigeria. But after a long fight, they were able to capture the Igbos, and after capturing the Igbo territory of Nigeria, they merged them with other southern part of Nigeria, making Nigeria into two, the southern and northern protectorates. In 1914, Lord Lugard created what we know today as Nigeria by bringing the northern and southern protectorates together to form the today Nigeria. The Igbo tribe are naturally business-oriented people. Even before the colonization of Nigeria or before the capturing of the Igbo part of Nigeria, they have been into business. If you go through the history of Igbos, they have been into trading among themselves and also across some other villages close to Igbo part of Nigeria. After the creation of Nigeria, the Igbo tribe of Nigeria moved across all parts of Nigeria, searching for a place to do business. And as God may have it, they become very successful even before the independence of Nigeria. Nigeria got independent in 1960. Then in 1966, there was a coup that took place, the first military coup that took place in Nigeria, and that coup was named Igbo coup, was tagged Igbo coup. According to Nigerian history, the northern part of Nigeria tagged the coup of 1966 Igbo coup because some of the people that headed the coup was from Igbo ancestry. Like particularly one person that headed the coup, Nzogo, was from Delta State, and that was the reason why they tagged it Igbo coup. Guys, this is not the purpose of this video, but this part is very important in Nigeria history and in Igbo history. You can never talk about Nigeria history without talking about Nigerian civil war and first Nigerian military coup. So I'll put a video in the description box. Please go and watch the video. The video talk about Nigerian military coup. You understand it more. Please check a YouTube channel called BC. He does a lot of Nigerian history. Go and check a lot of videos he made about Nigerian history, from the creation of Nigeria to the military coup of Nigeria to the civil war. It is very important. If you're an Igbo person who based abroad, who never had the opportunity to learn any history about Igbos, please go there and watch it. It is very important. I'm just touching this up because it is the most important thing in the history of Igbos. So due to the fact that a lot of other tribes in Nigeria tagged the 1966 military coup, the Igbo coup, it led to another coup, the counter coup, which was in 1966 too, but it was bloody and like extremely targeted at Igbos. So a lot of Igbos in every other part of Nigeria, specifically in northern part of Nigeria, were getting killed in numbers. A lot of Igbo businesses were destroyed, and because of that, the then Governor General of the eastern part of Nigeria, General Odumegu Ojukwu, called all the Igbos to come back to Igbo land. After some of the Igbos were able to find themselves back to the eastern part of Nigeria, Ojukwu now declared the independence of the Igbos, that was Biafra, and because of that, civil war started in Nigeria. Basically, the civil war was fought in Igbo land because the then president of Nigeria, Gowon, took war to the Igbo land, to the then Biafra land, because they want to separate from Nigeria. All cities and villages in Igbo land were brought to dust. Like, the Igbos lost everything, lost all businesses. According to reports, it was reported that over 3 million Igbos died. The numbers of Igbos who died during the war is still very debatable because the number is not accurate. According to many reports, more than 10 million Igbos died during the war. Remember that before the war, the Igbos live across all parts of Nigeria, doing business, owning houses and businesses in every part of Nigeria. Bear that in mind, because after the war, everything was taken away from the Igbos. Every houses and businesses owned by the Igbos were taken away from them, and they were given just £20 in compensation for everything they own in Nigeria. So according to many reports, they say that people who have proved that they own businesses and house in Nigeria, in other parts of Nigeria before the war, were given £20. But people who couldn't prove that they own businesses and houses in Nigeria were not given anything. So they compensated the Igbos with £20. Everything you own, they give you £20 for it. So I don't know how much £20 is then, but it is very, very small money, because up to today, every old Igbo person always remember that. They lamented about it. They made a song about it, a sorrowful song about it. So it was very, very small money. Ironically or miraculously, that same tribe who they gave £20 for everything they own in Nigeria before the war is currently the richest tribe in Nigeria. Many villages in eastern part of Nigeria have more mansions than many cities in Nigeria. You can find more beautiful and expensive houses in the villages of Igbo land than you can find in many cities in Nigeria. The Igbo land of Nigeria today own the most beautiful mansions built in villages in the whole of Africa. Each family in Igbo tribe produce a millionaire, either millionaire in dollars or millionaire in naira. In 2024 January, the government revealed that the Igbo people of Nigeria own large majority of investment in Nigeria. After the war, the Igbo tribe were discriminated against because they tried to separate from Nigeria. As a result of that, a lot of them were not able to find job in many government offices. Getting white-collar job is not something a lot of Igbos were opportune to get after the war. Because of this, a lot of Igbos get into business. And because of not being able to get a job because you are an Igbo person, a lot of them drop out of school. Also, many families could not even afford to feed themselves because after the war, the Igbo tribe suffered something they call kwachoko. A lot of them were not able to feed themselves, talk more of sending their children to school. Also, due to the stigmatization of the Igbos, many of them left Nigeria to other parts of the world in search of greener pasture. When you talk about Nigerian immigrants across the world, large majority of them are Igbos. After the war, many Igbos substitute learning trade to schooling because they did not have money to go back to school. A lot of them learn trade instead. A lot of millionaires and billionaires of Igbos today did not go to school. Yes, a lot of them did not go to formal education. Everything they know about life is learnt in the field of business. So a lot of them started learning trade at very young age. And after learning trade, you get settled, and after you get settled, you start your own business. So in Igbo culture, there's something they called apprenticeship, and in Igbo language it is called boy. This is how the Igbos elevate themselves to the point they are today. So in Igbo culture, it is expected that any person who see the light show the light to other people. If you're a business person, you succeed in business, it is expected of you to train other people in your lineage or in your family how to do that business, which you learn and succeed in it, so that they also succeed. And when they learn that business and succeed, they are also expected or mandated to also train other people coming after them, especially the men. This is done within the men of the Igbos, not the women. So how it is done is that let me say you are an Igbo person now, and you go to the city and succeed and become good in business. Then you go back to the village, take your younger brother or some of your younger brothers back to the city and train them in that business you're doing. After you train them, you settle them after 10 years or 7 years, depending on how fast they were able to learn. Then after you settle them, they start their own business, and when their business start booming, they go back to the village in their family, take other younger men in their family or other young male in their family and train them into that business they were doing or they are doing. And those people, after some time, they will settle them, and them will start business and go back to the village and pick other people from their lineage, mainly men from their lineage, and train them. This is how Igbos work in chain to break the chain of poverty and become the richest tribe in Africa today. When you talk about Igbo success, there are a lot of key factors that made the Igbos succeed or very successful today. So we'll go through it one by one. So let's start with number one. Number one is Igbos not being in politics. So after the war and everything that happened in 1966 to 1970, the Igbos were literally mapped out of Nigerian politics. Because of the removal of Igbos in Nigerian politics, a lot of Igbos do not have interest in Nigerian politics. It is very hard to see a young Igbo man who aspires to be a politician. Like, it is very hard. Most top Igbo politicians today were one time very into business. They were one time businessmen, successful businessmen. Let's take example with Oju Zokalo. He used to be a very businessman. He's one of the founder of APC, the leading government today. And according to him, he invested a lot of his own money into APC to build APC as a party. Another good example is Peter Obi. Peter Obi is currently one of the most influential politicians in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole. Before going into politics, Peter Obi used to be a successful businessman. He owned companies here in Nigeria and in the UK. He literally fold all his company when he wants to contest for governorship election in Anambra State. Peter Obi went into politics at the time he wanted to contest for governorship election in Anambra State. That is the story of a lot of Igbo politicians. It is very hard to see a very young, vibrant man of Igbo being into politics or going into meetings and parties or all those shenanigans they do in politics. It is very extremely hard. Because of this attitude, a lot of Igbo young men were not used as weapon for political reason. They were not weaponized by politicians. So no Igbo young man have the interest of serving any political party or political godfather in order to become a politician tomorrow. There are very few people, you can find very few people in Igbo that have that interest. However, when it comes to business, you see a lot of them serving oga, see a lot of them doing apprenticeship in order to build their future. Another key factor that contributed to Igbo's success today is a culture in Igbo land that said that a destiny of every man depend on his hand, like depend on him. Your destiny lies in your hand. This is a very big thing in Igbo land. This is the reason why you barely see Igbos bowing down for people. Like, it is not a culture. This is the reason why Igbos are considered as arrogant people, because they barely bow down for people. Because in Igbo culture, it is believed that your destiny is in your hands. Whatever you're going to become is between you and your she. This is installed in every Igbo person at very young age. Immediately you become like mature or you're growing, your parents should tell you that anything you become in life depends on you. There's nobody to save you. It is more severe when you come from a very poor family. You always hear your parents telling you that if you want to be rich, you need to work hard for it. Even a lot of Igbos who came from a very well-to-do family, their father also put them through in business. You barely see an Igbo person who will relax and be like, my daddy is rich, I'll inherit his property. It is not done. This is the reason why when you go to Igbo land, you see a house built by a father. Then beside that house, you see house built by the sons of the father, like the sons of that man. Another thing that contributed to the success of Igbos today is the brotherhood or communalism in Igbo culture. So in Igbo culture, there's something that said one person do not own a wealth. So it is like in Igbo, it is called Ofonya de Nwako. So what this means is that when you have money, it is mandated that you help people from your family and your village at large. Depending on how wealthy you are, you need to uplift other people in your family, in your kindred, and in the village, and most time it extends to the town. So this is how it is done. So it is believed that your money do not belong to you alone, because you as a son of the land, your mother is not the only person that brought you up. So the Igbos live in communal. They say Ofonya da munwa and Ofoye de nwako. So one person do not own a child. The child belongs to the community. This is the reason why when somebody have money or make money, they go back to the village and see if there's somebody they can uplift. Remember, there's two different things in between giving somebody money to eat and teaching somebody how to make money. So the Igbos do not give somebody money to eat. You barely see any Igbo man that will give you money to eat. It is hard. It is extremely hard to see any Igbo man. You go to that person and say, "Hi, Oga, I beg, help me. I want to eat. I don't have money." As long as you are a young, healthy man from that village, what they will do for you is to train you how to do business. The second way in which the Igbos elevate themselves from poverty is to be very serious in everything they do. So there's one thing you need to know about an Igbo man. So when an Igbo man is doing business, they do business with every of their being. Like a very rich Igbo man can never afford not to go to his business. If you go to watch Stephen Indoku video about Bitcoin, he made a statement that he always go to his office every day. Even when he's not in Nigeria, he will still talk to his staff to know what is happening in the business. And if there's a need for him to come back and solve a problem, he will not hesitate to do that. So this is a culture in Igbo tribe. So every Igbo man who has a business can never ever overgrown his business. Like, he can never feel too big to attend to his business. If you go to any markets where Igbo people are trading today, you see a very wealthy man that is extremely rich still attending to customers, still calling you brother, auntie, ma, sir, brother, this, ma, what can I do for you? Another key factor that contributed to Igbo's success is that the Igbos prefer to do business instead of doing 9 to 5. Like, doing 9 to 5 job is not a thing in Igbo land. You barely see people who want to work after school. A lot of them, even after school, they still went back into doing business. You can also see this in every place where Igbo people live. If you go to China, a lot of Igbos who live in China are doing business. They own companies in China instead of doing 9 to 5 job in China or doing blue collar job in China. It is not a thing in Igbo culture. Also, if you check Stephen Indoku interview, there's this man he interviewed that said he made his money by importing cars in Nigeria, owning a company that bring car in Nigeria. Though he said he started by working and doing other kind of job before getting into business. This is the mindset of Igbos. They often prefer business than white collar or blue collar job because to them it makes them more independent and they have more control over what they will become in life when they do business than doing white collar job. Another factor is taking risks when it comes to business. So one thing you need to know about Igbos is that they take a lot of risks when it comes to business. Like, someone can literally borrow money from the bank to like import a goods, like some goods that he may not even know how customers will receive it, but sometimes they take that risk, and most of the time the risks, if they take that risk, they often succeed. So they often take risks in business, and I kind of like this because if you don't take risks in life, you will not succeed. But personally, I wish I know how to take risks because I'm so very scared. But guys, this will be all for now. I think I have said majority of the thing and some of the most important things about Igbos, and I'll conclude this video by saying that when an Igbo person make money, they love building houses. This is the reason why you see a lot of empty mansions in the village. So to every Igbo person, they live double life. They live a wealthy life in the village and a wealthy life outside the village. You cannot be living in the city. You cannot be living in mansion in the city while you live in a dirty looking house in the village. It does not rhyme. Like, it is not a thing in Igbo culture. This is the reason why when they have money, they first of all invest in the village. Another reason why you see a lot of empty mansions in the village of Igbos is that in Igbo culture, it is believed that once a man make money, the first thing he do is to build house in the village, so that the people in the village will know that he have made money. Then after building house in the village, the second thing is to build in the city. I think building in the city is not that even important to a lot of people, but because of comfort, because they love living a comfortable life, that is the reason why they build house in the city. But that village house is a must. Even some people don't have house in the city, but they have in the village. It is a must. It is part of the culture of the Igbos. I put this because I use Stephen Doku videos to make this, and I know that a lot of you guys are often very like surprised to see a lot of empty houses, empty mansions in Igbo land. So this is the reason why it is like that. That being said, I think I'll sign off from here, and I wish you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up, share this video with your friends and family, comment below your thoughts in the comment section. Again, I will put this out here. This is not to discredit any person, Please do not take this video as video discrediting any other person. Each and every tribe in Nigeria and in Africa as a whole work so hard. They are known for a specific thing, but this video is mainly for the Igbos, because I feel like a lot of people are so very surprised by how well the Igbos are. So that is the reason why I want to put this out here. Please do not take this video as me discrediting everybody. We are all wonderful and intelligent people on this earth.